Bitcoin has broken multiple major resistances and continues to move upwards. We've broken this resistance that we've respected since the top of the bear market on both the regular charts and the logarithmic charts. This resistance was the main one that we were watching in yesterday's video that would have us switching to a slightly more bullish outlook. Now there's only one last resistance in our way that, if we break, would completely flip the sentiment here at Trade Confident to full on bullish. I'm going to show you in this video where that resistance lies, why it matters, and why we are still, until we break that point, preparing for a larger move to the downside, lower than what we've seen in this bear market so far. This is going to be really important to watch. My name's Jake with Trade Confident, and before I jump into the analysis, I want to take a look at the Trade Confident Telegram channel. You can access this for free in the description down below. XRP is on the move. Flare is following XRP. Bitcoin is actively liquidating every leveraged short right now. Two separate metrics are showing the same story. Bitcoin's ripping through short liquidity, and the move might not be over yet. Here's the info and what the chart looks like. Check that out on our updates page. Bitcoin is moving back up to the red zone, which it has done 2 other times before it crashed back down. And in every Bitcoin bear market downtrend, a descending resistance line gets broken to trick people into thinking the market is heading higher, only to hit another lower low afterwards. Something for the noggin to ponder. Let's take a closer look at the charts themselves. You can see each of the red zones that we've seen in this bear market so far has been broken into before further drops happen. This is important to pay attention to because we've already broken into this resistance level and may even see further upside moves before a drop happens. Take a look at these descending resistance lines. Back before the end of the 2018 bear market, we saw a major descending resistance that was then broken, where everyone was getting excited, thinking the bull market had begun. That was not the case, and we had months before the real bull market started. Before we saw the bottom of the 2022 bear market, a major resistance was broken. We saw a sharp move up. Everyone got excited. We crashed back down to the actual bottom before moves up. Historically, this tells us we may see the same exact thing playing out before any further drops happen. It's exciting to see, but we are still being very careful of this move. XRP is leading the way today, and guys, there is a very important announcement that we have for our members. If you're a paid member, check your email. If you're not a paid member, stay tuned, and we're going to keep you updated through the YouTube videos. Multiple analysts, including the founder of Trade Confident, Travis Martin himself, have been tracking whether Bitcoin is following the same path as 2019, and the full projection shows exactly where that could lead. We're going to show you the rest of the info and what the charts look like on our updates page. Travis has been talking about a prophetic word that says Bitcoin will not break $73,000 before a lower low drops into the prophetic zone called on July 7th. If this is broken, we're going to come out with a video, we're going to talk about it, and we're going to be transparent. We don't want anyone thinking that we're trying to hide any losses or misses, so stay tuned. We're going to keep everyone updated on that chart. That's it for the updates. Let's get into the charts. On the logarithmic chart, we saw a major descending resistance line that we have respected since the beginning of this bear market, trading within a very large rising wedge pattern. Most often, a breakout from this pattern is bullish, and I think this is why a lot of retail traders are excited and buying into the market like we see today. We are now on day 3 of major events regarding the Clarity Act. August 20th, the CFTC is hosting a meeting on crypto regulations. Yesterday, Trump met with crypto officials to push the Clarity Act, and the day before that, the SEC proposed its first ever rule to regulate cryptocurrency. Yesterday, Senator Loomis confirmed that the Clarity Act vote in the Senate is happening on September 15th. This is why we are paying very close attention. And this is why I think a lot of this move up is happening. A descending resistance is typically broken in the bear market, at least historically, before further drops down. Some important notes. We've broken through what used to be a double top formation. We broke through that instead. We also broke out of a symmetrical triangle pattern, which typically is going to be a continuation pattern. We saw it start from a move up, so it ends in a move up. And an interesting way that we can project the absolute top of this move is by copying that move up, just this line, and putting the bottom of it on the point of breakout. This would put us at a move up, topping out around $74,850. This is just an estimate. It doesn't guarantee anything, but it's important to pay attention to. I told you there's one last resistance that we need to break before I am switching full on bullish. Yes, I am optimistic of potential further moves up through the next week or so, but there's one more resistance that we need to watch, and that sits right here at $82,814. This is the formation of a higher low in the bear market. When you are trading in a downtrend, you see a series of lower lows, and that sits at $82,814. This is the most recent lower high that we've formed in the bear market so far. In a downtrend, you see a series of lower lows, lower highs. See, this one is lower than the top here. You get a lower low, lower than the previous low, a lower high, lower than the previous high, lower low, lower than the previous low. If we break above 82,814, the last lower high, you get a higher high, breaking the downtrend and calling the bull market. Higher highs create continued moves to the upside historically. As long as we keep forming higher lows and higher highs, we're in an uptrend and it's the bull market. However, we are nowhere close to that, and it may take some time before we come close to reaching it. There's also a couple of resistance levels right about here at $74,400, which coincides with the earlier projection from the symmetrical triangle pattern. We have another couple of them at $67,365 and $78,700. There's likely to be a lot of resistance at these points. Bitcoin already sits in neutral, where we saw the top in the last lower high, and the Pro Trade Manager shows an overextended reading. And this is likely to lead to a red dot formation. Here's another example. A red dot, while sitting in neutral, resulted in a massive drop. Neutral, red dot, crash. That was the very beginning of this bear market. So you need to be very careful. Yes, we are seeing upwards momentum in the market, but how long it lasts remains to be seen, especially with other major resistances, the strongest being 82,000 bearish sentiment coming from our indicators. If we see a reversal, which we are still expecting here at Trade Confident, regardless of where it ends up, we're looking for fear or max fear, which historically is called market cycle bottom zones, with a green dot calling local bottoms at the same time. A local bottom at the same time as an entire market cycle bottom zone reading has called the exact bottom of the bear market in 2022 for a 716% move up, and before that in 2018 with fear and a green dot for a 2,100% move up. It is crucial that you pay attention to these signals. It is crucial that you watch these resistance lines, and it's crucial that you stay updated, because the market is very volatile right now. I'm going to clean my chart up real quick so you can take a look at the personal resistances I'm watching. There we go. Keep in mind, this is not financial advice, just my opinion and how I am looking to trade this market. Be ready for further moves up. You can access the deep level analysis that we are providing to our members, both in our future forecast episodes and our updates page. This is members only content. You can sign up at the links in the description down below. And as a member, you are getting up to $300 off the indicators I just showed you. Sign up at that second link and then head up to the indicators tab. Scroll down to the Pro Trade Manager, reveal your coupon code, click that and write it down. Click checkout on Gumroad. Click I want this. Head back to the indicators page and scroll down to the market cycle highs and lows. Check out on Gumroad. Click I want this. Throw in your membership code, $150 off each, $300 off total. Fill in your information, click pay, and you are good to go. Thanks so much for watching. Remember, trade safe, trade confident, and I'll see you in the membership for those recent updates. Don't miss out.